Imagine growing up believing the woman who beat you was your mother. Imagine looking around and every child had the same blonde hair, the same clothes, the same smile they were forced to wear. You weren't allowed to ask questions because the outside world was the enemy. This was the family, one of Australia's most disturbing cults. Welcome to the podcast, You Can't Unhear. In August 1987, Australian police raided a secluded property known as Kai Lama. Behind its gates, they found children living in near total isolation. That day, police rescued 6 children who had been taken by a New Age sect known as the Family. Most believed the woman leading the group, Hamilton-Byrne, was their biological mother. She wasn't. Born Evelyn Edwards in 1921, she endured a chaotic childhood due to her mother's severe mental illness and her father's frequent absences. Following the tragic car death of her first husband, Evelyn pivoted to the study of yoga. She rebranded herself as Anne, fabricating an impressive resume that included working as a nurse and physiotherapist. After establishing yoga classes in Geelong, she amassed a wealthy, middle-aged following by claiming she had supernatural powers. A crucial turning point occurred when she met Dr. Rainer Johnson, a prominent Melbourne physicist. After Anne accurately predicted a severe illness his wife suffered in India, Johnson became deeply infatuated, viewing her as a divine figure. He co-founded the Great White Brotherhood and helped Anne recruit a devout following of highly educated professionals, including doctors and lawyers. Anne presented herself as a spiritual teacher and eventually claimed to be the female reincarnation of Jesus Christ. Her movement blended Christianity, Eastern spirituality, and apocalyptic beliefs. She taught that the world would soon end, and only her chosen followers would survive to build a new civilization. At its peak, this cult, also called the Santiniketan Park Association and the Great White Brotherhood, had over 200 followers, a fortune exceeding 50 million Australian dollars, and properties across Australia, the US, and UK. They had fraudulently adopted and kidnapped up to 28 children. What made the family especially disturbing was who believed her. Doctors, lawyers, psychiatrists, nurses, social workers, educated professionals who helped recruit followers, protect the group, and in some cases, obtain children through illegal means. Between the late 1960s and mid-1970s, Anne collected 14 children to raise as the future leaders of a post-apocalyptic master race. While some were biological offspring of cult members, others were acquired through illegal adoptions or allegedly stolen from public hospitals. All of the children were given false birth certificates with the surname Hamilton-Byrne and were raised in isolated, abusive compounds. At Kai Lama, the children lived under absolute control. Their hair was bleached blonde. They wore identical clothes. Their names were changed. They were taught Anne had given birth to all of them. Individual identity slowly disappeared. Discipline was severe. Children who broke rules were beaten, isolated, or deprived of food. The cult operated out of a private psychiatric hospital named New Haven, Hamilton-Byrne, and her followers subjected individuals, and eventually their own cult members, to extreme mind control experiments involving LSD, electroshock therapy, and even lobotomies. Anne, who believed the apocalypse was imminent, claimed these harsh methods were necessary to purge karma and save humanity. The same also went to the children as they grew older. Many were forced to undergo so-called clearing sessions involving hallucinogenic drugs and psychiatric medication. Everything was designed to keep them obedient and dependent on the group. For years, the family remained hidden behind a respectable public image. Its members owned businesses, medical facilities, and expensive properties. To outsiders, they appeared unusual, but not dangerous. Behind closed doors, a very different reality existed. Everything began to change. In the mid-1980s, Sarah Moore, born Sarah Hamilton-Byrne, a prominent teenager in the compound, began rebelling against Anne's strict rules. Anne expelled her from the group at age 16. Once outside, Sarah realized the extent of the cult's deception, went to the police, and provided first-hand evidence of severe child abuse. She told police, private investigators, and eventually detectives what had happened inside the cult. Her courage triggered an investigation that led to the 1987 raid. Authorities physically removed 6 remaining children from the property. They discovered deeply traumatized, malnourished minors who had been heavily sedated with psychiatric drugs. Many children suffered from severe psychological damage, stunted social skills, and the physical long-term effects of forced LSD trips and heavy doses of sedatives. Many of them were also terrified, believing strangers were stealing them from their mother. That was how complete the psychological control had become. Anticipating immediate arrest, Anne and her husband, Bill Byrne, fled Australia. They spent 6 years hiding in luxury properties worldwide, including in the United Kingdom and Hawaii. The FBI finally captured Anne and Bill in June 1993, while they were hiding out in a house near the Catskill Mountains in New York, and they were extradited back to Australia to face trial. Many hoped the trial would finally deliver justice. Prosecutors initially intended to charge them with conspiracy to defraud, kidnapping, and perjury regarding the fraudulent birth certificates and illegal adoptions. However, complex legal technicalities, the passage of time, and deep concerns over forcing heavily traumatized children to testify on the witness stand meant the abuse charges were dropped. In 1994, Anne and Bill pleaded guilty to a much lesser charge, making a false declaration, falsifying statutory declarations to register triple births that never happened. Instead, the outcome shocked survivors. Despite decades of abuse, fraudulent adoptions, and stolen identities, the couple received only relatively minor convictions and financial penalties. The court spared them jail time. They were ordered to pay a mere $5,000 Australian dollars fine each. For many former members, it felt like justice had slipped away once again. Denied criminal justice, several survivors banded together and launched civil lawsuits in the Supreme Court against Anne. They successfully won financial settlements from her multi-million-dollar estate, though she never expressed formal remorse before her death in a nursing home after spending her final years in 2019 suffering from dementia. But for the children raised inside the family, the memories remained. Some reunited with their biological families. Others spent years rebuilding identities they had never been allowed to have. Many of the rescued children also grew up to become highly vocal advocates. Survivors like Ben Shenton and Sarah Moore went on to write books, speak to the media, and participate in documentaries to shed light on cult mechanics and protect others. The family wasn't built on chains. It was built on belief. A belief so powerful that educated professionals surrendered their judgment. Parents surrendered their children, and children surrendered their own identities. Sometimes, the most dangerous prisons aren't built with concrete walls. They're built inside the human mind. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe. Don't forget to subscribe, because this week, we still have more stories to cover about some of the world's most dangerous cults. I'll see you on the next episode of the podcast You Can't Unhear.